Hello and welcome, Lynx here. We are playing Made with Perfection. In case you haven't seen the first episode. Well, basically won a lottery, which I technically did not participate in, but somehow I did. And I'll be living in a mansion for free. Government will be paying for everything. Let's go. Also, I have a maid now. Super cute one. That was an interesting event in the last episode, so yeah, I mean, you know what to do. Also, the game is free on itch.io. It used to be a paid game at some point, apparently, but at some point they also decided, no, let's go free with it. So yeah. Anyway, waking up was even better, surprisingly. I mean, dude, you're waking in a mansion and you have a maid. Of course it's better. I stretched out and yawned, feeling the bed adjust to my movement. The mattress practically begged me to stay long, but I knew that I couldn't stay in bed forever. Why not? I looked at the time on my phone. 10 o'clock. If you say o'clock, you don't say AM or PM. Oh my god. If you are saying 10, then say AM. If you don't want to say o'clock.
Damn, I slept a lot.
Must be nice. I rolled out of bed and stood up, stretching up and feeling absolutely amazing. Since I didn't have work. Nice. I could laze around and play video games if I wanted to. I will never understand people who are like, you know, for example, don't have to work, right? But still work. Like, get a hobby. Come on. It's so weird to me. Like, I don't get how people can live with... No, don't get how people can't live without work. I don't get it. I think it's doable. Yeah. Then again, I would... Yeah, if I could quit everything, I would still probably record for the videos. But to me, it's a hobby, so yeah. Anyway, I could laze around and play video games if I wanted to. I mean, otherwise I would be doing that, yeah. However, first thing was breakfast. I started to turn towards my door when a knock suddenly echoed from it. It was gentle, as if it didn't want to disturb me.
Yes?
Oh, you're awake. May I come in, Master? I made breakfast.
Huh? Breakfast? Oh, sure, come in.
Caroline opened the door and immediately my nose was filled with the smell of amazing food. I watched as Caroline brought in a tray of pancakes, eggs, bacon, fruit and juice with perfect ease. I'll be honest, that's already a lot of a breakfast. I'm not a big breakfast eater. My mouth was already wanting to dig in just from the sight.
I hope you don't mind what I made. I wanted to surprise you.
To be quite fair, I can go with like 2 pieces of toast and I'm good for breakfast. Not gonna lie.
Oh, no, not at all. This looks great, thank you.
Caroline brought the tray to my desk, which had a fancy and comfy leather chair for me to sit in. I quickly walked over and sat down as Caroline poured me some fresh juice from the glass bottle to my empty cup. Starting with juice, nice.
So, Master, do you have anything planned for today?
Absolutely not. I look at Caroline a little confused.
Oh, no, I don't believe so. I kinda quit my job, so I can play games and stuff. Do I have any jobs while I'm here?
To my relief, Caroline shook her head with a smile.
No, I just wanted to ask. Usually nobles go out and do stuff since they don't have work.
What do you mean by do stuff?
Well, I don't exactly know where I am on the map, so it's kinda hard to get out.
Yeah?
Well,
Before Caroline could explain more, a light buzz echoed through my room, making her turn to the door. On the side of the door was a metal rectangular interface. It was too far away for me to read, but there was a blinking white light that followed the sound of the buzz.
Huh? What is that?
Caroline stepped towards the monitor and pressed her fingers against the screen a couple of times. The monitor made a bleep sound before showing the front door. When the heck did I get that? I waited, being that the monitor was too far to see from where I was, and watched as Caroline fiddled with the monitor a bit.
Someone's at the door, Master.
Huh? Someone came to visit me. That was unexpected. How did anyone I know learn about where I lived? I looked at Caroline but stopped myself from asking her anything as I took in the look on her face. She had a look of both concern and almost fear. Was she okay?
Hey, are you alright?
I'm fine, Master. Should I go get it?
I nodded to her, standing up as well. I might as well greet them and learn who the visitor was and why they were visiting. Something in my stomach told me that this was the catch that I was missing. That visitor would reveal the catch to being a noble. Caroline headed downstairs with me right behind her. As I reached the middle of one of the staircases, I stopped and watched Caroline continue towards the door. She reached and grasped the door handle, turning it and pulling the door open. Then I heard something fly through the air and embed itself into a surface.
Damn it! Missed!
I instantly turned to see a knife with a red handle embedded into the railing further down the stairs, equal level to Caroline's head. My mind went blank at the sight. Why was a knife there? I turned to see Caroline backed away from the door, staring intensely at the woman that stood in the doorway. One girl dressed in a red maid uniform smirked as she stared at Caroline. She looked practically crazy, her eyes almost glowing in excitement and fury. The other woman was someone who looked to be a lot older than I was. She wore a business suit and she had an air of snobbish poise about her. Something about her didn't let me like her, despite her being pretty, kind of.
You're quick, aren't you? The Academy must have beat the living hell out of you to make you that fast. Oh, you're not gonna talk to me? Typical of the teacher's pet. Then again, you always were the lonely, pathetic type.
What is going on? I'm sorry.
You're not funny.
I agree.
I think I'm hilarious. Everyone at the Academy thought so. Being the second best had its perks.
Oh, so you are the clown.
At least you remember who was the top of the class. You may be the top of the class, but let me show you who's the real top between us!
Yeah, she sounds like bark, no bite.
Red, stop wasting my time and fight.
Oh, she doesn't even have a real name.
Yes, ma'am!
I watched as the maid named after the color of her dress charged at Caroline with another knife. I gripped to the railing, wondering what the hell was happening. Before I could shout in protest, for Caroline quickly slid to the side, grabbing the railing of the stairs opposite of the one I was on, and flipping over it. What? I stared wide-eyed as Caroline gained a look of pure determination as she glared at Red.
Oh, putting your training to use! At least this will be fun.
Red then ran up and grabbed the railings, vaulting over and thrusting her knife at Caroline, who swiftly twirled down the stairs and watched the knife embed itself to the wall.
Stand still!
Red pulled it out with almost monster strength and charged against Caroline, who quickly ran backwards to keep the distance.
What is going on?
The woman who watched the fight looked up at me, taking the side of my body before smirking.
So you must be the new noble. Interesting. I never thought a middle-class rat would make their way into our society.
What? I glared. What the hell was her deal?
My name is Angela Worthing, the current top-ranking noble in the area. However, don't bother trying to remember that. You won't be a noble long enough for my name to be of any use.
Not a fan of your name? She smirked at my confusion.
I hope you enjoyed the little time you had here. Too bad I'll be taking your noble title away.
Hey, what did she mean? I wasn't going to be a noble for long. I just got here. Why are the maids fighting? Why was she so cocky?
What are you talking about?
Angela looked to the maids as if she was going to ignore me, but she spoke to me with her focus on the fight.
Do you know why you were brought here? I'll give you a friendly hint. It's not just because you won some little lottery.
What? I looked to the fight between the maids, then back at the woman. This made no sense, so I didn't answer. Angela took my silence as my reply and continued.
I'm sure the man that brought you here spouted out about this being a financial experiment for us. While that is true, it's an investment experiment for the maids.
What? This was about the maids. That made no sense, yet at the same time something was kicking my head. The woman turned to me at last, making me look back at her.
We are part of a government experiment to develop a new method of discreet military weaponry. Those maids are not just maids, but they're soldiers.
Uh-huh.
What? Soldiers?
I just smirked at the surprise on my face. So Caroline was a soldier. She was a cute maid. That didn't make any sense.
They are trained just like military soldiers and are tested to rise above their ranks within a set amount of time. Should they succeed, they are offered to become part of the experiment. Many try, few succeed, and even fewer accept the deal.
But this is ridiculous. Why would anyone accept this kind of deal?
Yeah?
Because some would rather help and serve their country in the long run than die on the battlefield.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense, yeah. I would sign up for that as well. I mean, maybe not serving their country. That's not really my goal in life in general. Come on, just surviving in general is freaking tough. Come on. And I lost my thought. God damn it. But yeah, I would not want to go on a battlefield or anything. For some reason, that made sense. If you died in battle, you died. However, it was a military experiment, then this would help the future. The question was how. As if the noble woman near me read my mind, she turned back to the maids.
Red, attack the master.
Wait, what? Would be hilarious if I was like actually a soldier myself and could protect myself. That would be cool, actually. I showed my head to the maid in question as she looked to me with a large grin. She jumped away from Caroline and hopped up onto the railing on the opposite stairs. Like a ninja, she ran up the railing across the top rails before sliding down the stairs. I was one raising her knife to slice off my head off.
No!
Out of nowhere, Caroline jumped over the railing in front of me and grabbed Red's arms, protecting me from Red's knife. Okay, that's kinda close.
How sweet! Protecting your master unarmed! You must be stupider than I thought!
I mean, she stopped your hands for...
I'll protect my master with my life! That's the life we live! This isn't some cheesy romance game, oh pathetic one. Don't be so dramatic!
Caroline got Red pressed against her hands, trying to now slash at Caroline's throat.
I'm curious though. How fast did you open your legs for your master? I bet you suck in bed as much as you do at being a maid. I don't need to open my legs to be the best maid I can be.
Yeah.
I didn't have to sleep my way to the top.
Yeah.
You.
Damn, she's got the talk.
I'll kill you, bitch!
She's destroyed you, Red. I could only step back in fear as Caroline pushed Red off the railing and vaulted over it after her. Caroline's expression continued to become full of pure rage as she began to fight offensively, using a convenient nearby broom like a long-handled hammer against Red and her knife. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're the best, you will be able to use anything as a weapon.
Red, beside me.
Like a dog, huh? Instantly, Red stopped defending and he jumped to her master's side, bearing Caroline. However, I could tell that Red was twitching and itching to be fighting. Caroline stopped as well and glared at Red with silent contempt. I felt both protected and proud to see her defend me like she did. At the same time, I was dumbstruck at how skilled she was at fighting.
These women are trained to do one thing. So, they are dedicated to serving their masters and not only care for their home, but protect them with their life.
Yeah, I feel like yours is not that much of a protector.
The government wants to essentially create a small private force of fighters to protect and assassinate important leaders. That way, we can secretly have the upper hand against anyone who tries to overthrow us from the inside out.
Guys, we need to prepare countermeasures. So that's how they work, huh? That's how they work, the higher society. Well, time to kick them down for the pedestals they are on, to be honest.
Think of it like the Secret
I
Service.
actually do mean that.
Only 10 times better, without the hassle of having moronic hirelings as the agents.
We're essentially the next best thing to come out of military funding. Add the fact that we have boobs, and you will never suspect a thing.
I will from now on.
The reason these girls are maids is to train them to blend into their surroundings perfectly. It's one thing to see a man in a suit with an earpiece and assume they're guardians. It's another to suspect a servant who is cleaning a vase or sweeping the floor.
I looked to Red instinctively, watching her smirk widely as she lifted her skirt a bit and revealed a line of nice shitted in a ring around her petticoat. I could feel the blood in my head drain to my chest, besides striking fear in my core. I looked to Carol and she still had a hard glare on her face, staring into Red's eyes. Did she have any secret weapons on her? Maybe not. Maybe she doesn't need the weapons. I now didn't know who I was looking at when I looked at the maid beside me. Both a soldier and a maid, she was a scary force to be reckoned with.
Red, continue the fight.
Seriously?
Finally! You're mine, bitch!
Am I supposed to say what to do? As if the each Red held had been completely wiped away and replaced with pleasure, Red charged once again at Caroline with a look of deep excitement on her face. Caroline brought up her broom and stood her ground, returning to the fight with Red on the defensive.
What are you doing?
Before I could step in, Angela stepped in front of me to bar me from stepping in. I glared as she crossed her arms.
This is part of the experiment. We have to test the results in the only way we can, by having them fight.
Dude, like, honestly, get your fist and smash it into Angela's face. Do it. It's allowed. Fight? What had this become? A battle royale? I opened my mouth, but the noble woman continued. Smash her face.
That's why we're here.
She deserves it.
We represent our maids and become the controllers for the experiment.
Smash her face.
If our maids can protect us perfectly, then the experiment is successful.
Come on, man. Hit her like crazy, man. That way, her maid basically fails the experiment out of the butt. Come on, man. What are you waiting for? Angela turned her body to look over at fighting maids, causing me to do the same. Dude! The maids were clashing weapons with ridiculous precision and force. You could definitely tell that they were trained in combat just from how they threw their hits. Dude, attack Angela!
I will tear you to shreds!
Come on, Red is so focused on something, someone else, completely someone else. Come on, man, you literally can fail the experiment of hers basically in here, right now.
Red has served me well for almost a full year now. She is devoted to being the best. But she told me about your maid. Apparently she's the best maid fighter from the academy they train at.
Dude! I looked at Caroline and mentally agreed just from the side. Red had a very hard offensive, but Caroline kept up the defense masterfully. They both looked equally much, to say the least. I mean, you know, I wouldn't go that far. I would not be surprised if Red was completely shite in defense, though. For some reason, there was a certain grace Caroline had while fighting Red, which made her stand out. Maybe it was because she was my mate, or maybe it was her cute appearance, I couldn't tell. Dude, like, smash. Get your fist and smash it into Angela, man. I shook my head wildly. Wait a minute, how could I be so accepting of this? This was too strange.
I'm actually very unimpressed. She may be the best in the academy, but she has yet to even bring Red down.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Overestimated.
She's constantly attacking, she's not able to land a hit, okay? And she's being stopped with a broom. Like, shut up, Angela, you have no idea what you're talking about. I glared at Angela, suddenly becoming insulted. Come on, man, hit her, for heaven's sake! Oh, screw you! Angela laughed before clapping her hands together and making a large noise echo to the lobby.
Red, enough!
Red jumped away from Caroline and pointed, still smirking wildly at her with deadly intent. However, she moved the knife in her under her skirt and shifted it back with her other knives in her petticoat. Angela crossed her arms and looked at Caroline up and down with a raised eyebrow.
This is a waste of my time. It's obvious that you need to train more, Red, if you hope to properly bring this maid down.
Eh?
I'm sorry, ma'am. I know I can beat her. I was just getting warmed up.
Sure. Keep dreaming. You are literally stopped with a broom, so
Nevertheless, it looks like this little fight will have to wait. I have an appointment to keep.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm so annoyed that I didn't, like, destroy Angela here. Angela looked at me with a business-like stare, making me tense up slightly. Not really.
I'll give you a week to prepare your maid. If your maid can beat Red, which I highly doubt, then I'll leave you alone, and you can remain one of us.
You're so dumb.
You're on.
When you lose, though, you'll have to kiss your master goodbye.
She had to leave. What? That made no sense at all. I just smirked at my sudden change of motion as Red left.
I'm no longer in training, and I've already proven myself to Miss K and the rest of the Academy heads. I'm not monitored by the Academy anymore, so I can continue to serve my master even if I lose a fight, which has never happened.
You say that if you lose a fight, you will continue. You don't know that. I would not be surprised if you were thrown into a freaking dumpster. And it will happen. Red turned her gaze back to Caroline, smirking and running her tongue over her top row of teeth before continuing her explanation.
You, on the other hand, are fresh out of the Academy. If you fail to prove that you can protect your master before your third check-in, you'll be shipped right back to the school, and we'll have to start at the bottom of the barrel, where you belong.
The look on Caroline's face made clear that she was telling the truth.
That's not going to happen. Don't get so confident. Don't forget that you have to do your maid duties as well. If you fail to do your duties and keep the house clean like the good maid you're supposed to be, even if you somehow manage to get stronger than
I can't listen to her, man.
you'll still be shipped out.
Should shut up. This was beyond insanity. How the heck were we supposed to manage this? How was Caroline supposed to train and be maid at the same time? I mean, nobody said that you can't be helping around. I just then turned and began to walk towards the front door.
If you lose your maid, you'll lose your noble status. I suggest taking the week to pack your bags, middle-class rat.
Dude, you should have punched her. Should have punched her, man. And with that, Red led her master out of the house, closing the door behind them. I could help but buckle down and sit on the staircase, feeling completely overwhelmed. This was the catch, huh? My job was to be a maid's master and make sure she did her job. If she fails, she gets taken away and I lose my noble title. This was a mind job and I didn't like it one bit. My mind felt like trucking, but I had to accept the reality of the situation. To be fair, it's not like in a week you can really like prepare for a fight. Let's face it. I was involved in a messed up experiment. I looked to Caroline and saw her frown before she turned bow to me.
I'm terribly sorry. I didn't expect anyone to come, and I didn't know if you were aware of the situation or not. I wanted to tell you later today, but apparently Miss Worthing and Red had other plans.
Okay, can we change the name of that person to Miss Worthless? Sounds better. And more appropriate. I shook my head, holding my hand up. It was a waste of time to try and mope about the past. I had to make sure I didn't lose my nobility in the first week of obtaining it. I mean, technically it would be the second week, but... Yep, that would suck. I looked to Caroline with serious expression standing up.
We have a week to get ready. What do you need to do?
Well, I need to train hard to get ready for another battle with Red. However, I need to keep the house clean and organized from dust and disorganization.
Okay, I mean, to not make it disorganized, easy. Just don't make it disorganized. Easy. Clean and... What was the other one? And dust. We can manage that. Caroline bit her lip and looked at the ground, trying to figure out what to do. I felt really bad. She almost looked like a sad child. We have to win. You can do it. I believe in you. I kinda want to... I would like to say the first one, like it's a battle that we both go into. But also the believe in you part. Let's go with that. I needed her to know that I supported her. I knew she could beat Red. Easy clap. Caroline looked up at me wide-eyed before looking down at her dress and blushing quietly. I smiled and gently placed my hand on her shoulder, making her look back up at me. As her eyes met with mine, I closed my eyes and nodded with a reassuring smile. As I opened my eyes, she nodded with a matching smile. I could tell that she would try her best. I wrapped my chin trying to think. However, Caroline walked up and looked at me from the bottom step of the stairs.
Master, I'll listen to you and follow all of your orders of when I can train and when I should clean. It's your home after all, so you should dictate when I do things so I don't inconvenience you.
By the way, who decides if the house is clean or not? Because if it's in my eyes, we could say you don't have to clean at all. I stared at her in surprise before thinking about it. She had a good idea. If I scheduled it, she wouldn't overwork herself and we could devote good time to cleaning, training and resting. We had a week after all. If we divided each day into 2, okay, Caroline could both clean and train on certain days and times. Then to make sure she doesn't pass out, I could suggest giving her time off once in a while. I was used to work, so it wasn't hard to keep the house clean myself sometimes. Yeah, this was definitely a good idea. Now, to follow through with it.
Alright, let's do our best.
There was no way I was going to let Angela, that piece of shit, and Red, that bigger piece of shit, get the best of us. No way! May the Maid Games begin! Day 1, Saturday, morning. Oh, we are going straight into it? Let's train. I decided to have her train first. Caroline nodded and started to run laps around lobby, using the stairs. That's a good idea. Not wanting to get in the way, I rushed back to my room to eat my breakfast and play some video games. Dude, you should have trained with her, to be honest. I could hear Caroline running up and down the stairs of the lobby and pose to do some push-ups or sit-ups to break the rhythm. Day 1, Saturday afternoon. As the afternoon started to approach, Caroline reappeared at my door with lunch. I ate it happily, of course, but I knew that I had to dictate what she had to do for the rest of the day. You know what, you didn't training, so you will not be cleaning. Rest, girl. I decided to have her rest. She already fought with Red and she needed to relax before starting. Carol nodded and excused herself to her room. She definitely deserved a break. As the day started to end, Caroline fixed me dinner before excusing herself for the night. I yawned and went to bed myself. Also, whose pictures do we have here, by the way? Today was just so mind-jarring, it was hard to close my eyes. However, I managed to head to sleep eventually. And then, it was Sunday, day 2, morning. I woke up the next day and stretched yawning. I looked at the time, 10:30. Oh my, how did I manage to sleep longer than yesterday? As a knock appeared at my door, I looked to my door and said enter, knowing it was Caroline with food. She entered the room with a tray covered in delicious breakfast and food. And I, of course, ate every last bite with happiness. However, as I finished, Caroline bowed to me and asked me to instruct her for the day again. Would this happen every day? What should Caroline do for the first half of the day? I would tell train. I decided to have her train. Caroline nodded and excused herself, leaving the room. Out of curiosity, I snuck a glance of my room and looked out to see Caroline practicing martial arts in the lobby. She had moved all of the furniture to do her training. Oh, this is that disorganization, huh? It was kind of cool to watch, but I decided to leave her alone. I didn't want to break her concentration if she got me staring. I looked to the time and decided to wander around the house and explore. I didn't find much, except for a couple of bathrooms, a large dining room, an equally large kitchen, a pool room, a sauna, and multiple bedrooms. I most likely would never get used to how big this house was, man. And on the afternoon, as the afternoon started to approach, Caroline reappeared at my door with lunch. It was perfect, of course. What should she do? This time, I guess she will clean. I decided to have her clean her first. Caroline nodded and took up her broom, cleaning the halls today. I trusted her to clean everything to par with how maids were supposed to keep the house. As the day started to end, Caroline fixed me dinner before excusing herself for the night. I yawned and went to bed myself. Day 2 done. And on the morning of Monday, we'll find out what's happening tomorrow. This is cutting the episode maybe a little short because we are not yet at half an hour mark. However, if I continue talking, we will be at half an hour mark, so that is stretching it a little bit, but that doesn't change the fact that I will somehow manage. We'll end the episode for today. Given the fact that also a lot happened, like the fight between maids, finding out that the maids are basically soldiers. Woo! Crazy world! And we are at half an hour mark now. But yeah, we'll continue tomorrow. We'll see where this is all going. I guess I have to train her every day. Every second day will be a rest day on the afternoon, I would say. I think that's the correct approach. Yeah. And to be fair, I could do the cleaning. Like, come on. I know technically she's a maid and she's supposed to do that. Supposedly. But I would absolutely have no problem with doing so. Oh, I clicked outside of the window for a second. Yeah, basically cleaning and so on. Easy clap. She needs to win the battle, okay? We will live with Caroline still. I'm not giving up on her. With that being said, let's end it. If you have a mate, go say you appreciate all the work she's doing. I don't know, maybe buy her some flowers as a thank you and so on. Give her a raise and such. And have a wonderful day. Bye bye.